Hey guys, it's Adam here, and today we will be going over some more basic functions of Sony Vegas Pro, continuing off of my last tutorial of basic functions of Sony Vegas Pro. So first, let's open up the software. And as always, before we do anything, we need to create a new project. So let's click the File tab and press New, and using the settings as I showed you in my last tutorial, let's click OK. Now, something you may be wondering is what this whole big section here is. This is what's called the timeline, and it is a very critical part of the whole editing process in Sony Vegas. And I will be showing you how to get around using the timeline. So first, let's get some footage in there. So let's go File, Import, Media, and then just get some random footage. Okay. And now you see, first thing you might notice in the timeline is that these two little bars came up. These are what are called tracks. And so as you can tell, the top part is the video track because you see the video on the top. And the bottom part is the audio track because you can see the audio. And you can also manually add new tracks. So if you right click in this empty area, you can do insert audio track, and it will generally appear at the bottom of the rest of the tracks, or you can go and insert video track, and it'll generally appear at the top of all the tracks. Another way you can import tracks is to actually right click on one of the tracks itself. So if you right click on a video track, you'll only get the insert video track option, and the new track will appear one track higher than that. Or if you right click on an audio track, you can only insert an audio track, and it will also appear above that certain track. So let me just delete some tracks right now to clear up some space. So to do that, you would right click and just click delete track. So first thing you should know about the timeline is how to zoom on it. Zooming is very critical because when you're in an advanced video editor, you'll need things down to the exact frame. And clearly, if you're this zoomed out, then you won't be able to get that accurate, and your video might look choppy. So, a few ways you can zoom in. One is to use a scroll wheel on your mouse, and just simply go zoom in, going up, and zoom out, scrolling back. Then you see you can zoom in very far, and as you see, this first point is 0 frames, next point is 1 frame. See, using the arrow keys, you can jump between each frame, so you can see how zoomed in I am, because that gap between each single frame. You can also zoom in by clicking this little plus arrow right here to zoom into the timeline, and then to zoom out just like that. Or you can take this bar right here, click on the end to get the double arrow cursor, and just move it to the left to zoom in, move it to the right to zoom out. And not only can you zoom in lengthwise, you can zoom in widthwise. So if you press the plus arrow on this scroll bar right here, they'll make the width of each track thicker, so it's a lot easier to see. Or you can make it really thin so you can fit more on the interface. And so the next thing is, let's say you have a lot of tracks and it doesn't fit on on the whole timeline. And as you can see here, I'm right clicking and pressing duplicate track to duplicate the track. So let's say here I have this, and I don't want to have to scroll between all these. What I can do is click on this little bar right here to get the double arrow cursor and drag up to increase the size of the timeline. And this is modifying the layout of the whole Sony Vegas Pro. And not only can you do this with the timeline, but you can also do it with all the other pans. So, I mean, just not all the pans, all the windows, my bad. So you go here and you can zoom to see each thing bigger, smaller. You see here I can make the display bigger, Or also, let's say I don't even want the display. Well, of course, you'll always want the display. But let's say I don't want this Project Media tab. I can simply click the X button to get rid of it. But let's say, oh no, I need it. Another way you can get any window to pop up for Sony Vegas Pro is to click the View tab and then find it. So Project Media, where is it? Right here. Click on that and it'll appear. And you can also make a bunch of different windows. So let's say I want 3 at the top, and there's way too many tabs for the window on all the way on the left. You can see these little dots right here. If I click on that and drag it, it moves this whole window. Then I can align it up here, and now I have the Project Media and the trimmer all together. Or I can just simply X out of both of those, and now I have 2 on the top and it's easier to see. So basically, you can play around with that. Obviously, you want to have what use the most open. So generally, that would be the Explorer, Transitions, Video Effects, and Media Generations. And then you would have the preview by itself, so you can always see the preview wherever you are. And also, let's say you find a good layout that you would like to save. You can go to View, Window Layout, and then you can go ahead and click Save Layout As. You type a name, and then OK. Well, OK. OK. And there are easy shortcuts to switch between your different layouts. So if you go to View, Windows Layout, it'll say the shortcut next to all these. So you generally goes Alt-D and then the number value for what you have. And as you can see, my first 2 layouts I have are 1 screen and 2 screen. And so that's, of course, so if I want to use both my monitors to edit videos. And here's a really helpful tip for all of you people who have dual monitors. You can, if you simply take it, drag, and if you drag it over to your second monitor, you can't see this right now because I'm only recording on my main monitor. But what just happened is that appeared on my second monitor. Then I basically adjust the size to fit the whole monitor. And I can also create a whole nother window on my second screen so that only on my first screen I have the Windows preview and the timeline. And so this is what is on my second screen. I have this whole thing which takes to take up the whole screen. So I have a lot more room to edit. So now let's say I made some mistakes with my layout and it doesn't look that good. I'm just going to switch back to my main layout. So I'll go Alt-D0 and there we go, everything pops back. Or if you don't have any shortcuts saved, you can just go Windows Layout and go to the default layout, and this is how it generally is. With on the left you have your Project Media, Explorer, Transitions, Video Effects, Media Generations. In the middle, your timeline. On the right, your preview. And at the bottom, your timeline. I'm sorry, this is the trimmer. And so that's pretty much it to get you a feel of the layout. So you can adjust it however it works best for you. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment. And don't forget, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at ad.videoeditor@gmail.com. And as I've said, I will email you back a lot faster than Sony Vegas Pro would email you back. So once again, thanks for watching, and please watch future tutorials.